And in the streets with me. Some brothers out of love to sleep with me. Some brothers out of love to sleep with me. The mighty cross got me like a zimmer. Her waistline small and that booty look than the cheek.
Hold on. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start that over. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's clan in the streets with
yeah.
Some brothers out of love to sleep with me. Some brothers out of love to sleep with me.
Good morning.
Her waistline small and that booty look than me. DJ, let's go, let's go. I'ma keep somebody coming out of drop water on life. Fuck keep it running, gotta go and off flower tree. Cause on my nigga list, get a lot of money. Put your baby on the side like hey, baby on the side like get a lot of money. Put your baby on the side. Hey. I just get the bag, get them sands on the shine. Hey. I just get the bands and the light to keep my shine.
Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Happy Friday. Hey. Good morning! I'm gonna get in trouble with this.
I just been my bezel on the weekday. Gotta keep the hammer on the seat.
Gotta keep the hammer.
I gotta switch my grammar every week.
Gotta switch my grammar every week. Hey, hey. No Joe Biden, no Donald Trump. I dare you try to roll up.
All white leather, got a pop collar.
Hey.
Shawty busted up a one top dollar.
Good morning.
I did the whole dash, etc.
Don't make me try to
get a lot of money, put your members on the side.
Hey. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. How's everybody doing?
Monster.
How are we all doing this lovely Friday morning? Oh my goodness, we are about to just get straight into today's exciting topics, okay, ladies and gentlemen, because there's so much going on out here in Olympus. Yes, Tracy. Happy Friday. Wow. You know, nothing like getting your AM exercise in right before, you got to listen to some good hip hop music, okay? Before you get your day started, ladies and gentlemen. It really does work wonders, okay? Now, there is profanity in there, okay? But we're all adults here, right? We can handle a little bit of that. We just don't do that when we're on this live together, all right? All right, good morning, April. Yes, TGIF. Okay, so let's get into today's important topic that I think it's important for you all to be fully aware of, okay? For many of you who do not know who I am, my name is Zeus, okay? AKA Mr. Crossing, AKA Triple H. Why do they call me Triple H? Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake. Contrary to popular belief, I am the most honest person out here on TikTok. I really am. There's no sound. You can't hear me? Can you hear me out there, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the most honest person out here on TikTok. Okay, it's Pokemon. Okay, thank you. I am the most humble person out here on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody more humble than me. And last but not least, I am the most handsome man out here on TikTok. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, many are called, but only a few of us are chosen. And ladies and gentlemen, I am the chosen one. Cut it out, little hawk. Little hawk, I'm going to need you to relax just a tad. There's a lot of people out here that like to get in my box and they start lying. They come in the box and they say, I gotta push back on something you said, Zeus. You're not the most handsome. When they say that, they're already guilty of blasphemy. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Shay. All right. Now, what we do on this side of town, ladies and gentlemen, is we bring the truth. I bring the truth, especially with this hammer. Lightning strike thunders. Good morning, Lady Liberty. All right, Pokemon greetings. Yes. And the truth that I bring, it really does. It does wonders for the MAGA Republicans who, on one side, love to brag that they support Trump, but they hate when you call them Trump supporters and MAGA, which blows my mind. So, as usual, if you find that you are a Trump supporter that is easily triggered, here's the warning. Here is the warning. This live will probably be the worst 1.5 hours of your day. And feel free to leave before we get started with this show, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of truth in this live, okay? And let me go ahead and give you...
Jack?
No, I don't want to give that to you. But let me go ahead and let you know that you can leave. You're free to leave this live, as your leader has said on many of his speeches. And if you don't know what Trump said, here you go.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
That's right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country.
That's right. If you hate this
if
live.
If you're not happy here, you can leave.
If you hate this live.
In the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
No one's asking you to stay here. Don't get into this live and start crying and acting like you're a victim. You know, they cry, they go, he's attacking us. He says terrible things about us. No, I'm not. I'm just telling the truth. If you don't like the truth, it's okay. But I'd rather be realer than you. Okay, I'm real honest, ladies and gentlemen, brutally honest, because we know what's at stake when it comes to this country's future. We're not going to let Trump have another term. If he does get one, he will have to fight every inch of the way to get it. And he's not going to be given it this time. He's going to have to earn it. They want me to say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, I'm not going to apologize.
I'm really sorry.
No, I'm not going to do it. Nope. All right, so let's get into this breaking news. Good greetings, Brother Swervin. Let's get into today's topics, and I'm going to be brief, and then I got to open up these boxes and hear from all of you, because today's Friday. It's supposed to be a light day, right? First things first, U.S. nuclear submarine to South Korea has enough warheads to destroy all of North Korea. I thought this was very interesting for several reasons, ladies and gentlemen. One, because I do have to say, God bless President Joseph R. Biden, okay? Because you know that if this was the former president, you know that he would not take such a stance against North Korea. He is so busy falling in love with Kim Jong-un that he wouldn't make sure that the United States remains as strong as the United States loves to remain, okay? He would be cozying up to Kim Jong-un, trying to get more love letters, but nope. President Biden says no. We're standing up to North Korea and their aggression, just like we're standing up to Russia and their aggression, okay? And this is why I say President Biden is definitely one of the best presidents of our lifetime. I mean, Barack Obama by far, amazing, stellar job, okay? I've never seen a president just gloss moonwalk through politics like President Obama did. And I miss President Obama dearly, okay? But what Biden inherited, the mess that Trump left behind and had to come in and clean it up, second to none. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the receipts right here. What has Biden done? Please, Trump supporters, you can get into the box if you want to. I'm very respectful. But I have the receipts. If you get in my box and you talk to me or any of my friends like Angela, Ian Galloway, Shay, April, Swervin, Greg, if you talk to us, we have receipts. We will tell you why Biden is doing such a great job. He's doing such a great job, and he doesn't even have to brag about it. That's how great he is. Yes, like Heaven, like Little Hawk, yes, Buchanan, all these people, Maisha, yes, these are great people. People like Tracy, yes, Amir, yes, all these people. They tell you the truth. It's not just me getting out here. These people, I rely on them. And so this is not stuff we hide from you. It's out there. What you got to do is stop listening to people like Ted Cruz and James Comer, okay? Those folks will get you in a lot of trouble, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene, don't listen to them. They're setting you up for failure. Okay, but let's move along. So this submarine, ladies and gentlemen, can carry up to, and it's called the Ohio, it can carry up to 20 Trident missiles. Each of the submarines' Trident II missiles can carry at least 4 nuclear warheads. And it will be the first time the United States has deployed a nuclear-armed submarine to South Korea since 1980s. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad we have a president that's willing to stand up to North Korea? You want to talk about having missiles and things like that? Yeah. We got those too, North Korea. And if I were you, I'm going to say this to North Korea with all due respect, because I don't want to get into any kind of trouble when I travel abroad. Okay, so I got to keep this as clean and as politically correct as possible. North Korea, you got to understand something about the United States. This is what makes us one of the greatest nations in the world, and also one of the most dangerous nations. You're just now trying to catch up to technology we've had over 70 plus years. Let that sink in. I think the last time a country tried to attack the United States, it didn't end that well. Okay, this is just me. I'm not an expert. But go look at what happened the last time a country got the cojones and decided that they were going to exact revenge against the United States. Now, I know what a lot of people say. You got a lot of people here in the United States that say, well, the United States, we're not innocent. We've done a lot of things in other countries. We've destabilized a lot of other nations. And so, we understand why countries like China and Russia and North Korea feel the way that they do. And then, you know what? To those people, I'd like to say this again. Go ahead. To those people who like to make excuses for these other countries. Here we go.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
That's right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country.
That's right.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Listen.
Come back if you want.
That's right.
Come back. It's okay too.
That's right.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
I have a zero, this is, ladies and gentlemen, I have a zero tolerance for people who love to make excuses for what these countries are doing, but cannot actually represent these lovely United States of America. You need to make a decision right now. Are you an American first or not? I don't got time to read. I don't got time to read the tea leaves that you're trying to put up. If you're an American, then guess where your boots belong? On American soil. If you claim you're an American, there's no excuse. Treason will not be tolerated. I don't care what you believe. If you are an American, your boots, your honor, your respect, your duty belongs to the United States of America. Period. Dot. And I'm sorry that I had to say that. If you find that you're being, you're feeling sorry for these other countries, it's time for you to check in with us over here and help you understand that perhaps you need to quit watching Fox News. You need to get off of Facebook. You need to get off Twitter. You need to go through some sort of social media cleansing and understand where and reevaluate what your priorities are. It's almost like you got a family and you keep wanting to help all the other families in the community, but you don't want to help your family. Cut it out. Those are American boots, and they belong here in the United States of America. You don't like me because I tell the truth, but guess what? I'd rather be realer than you, and I do have a special place in my heart for those who have served in our armed services. Okay. So, if you're truly an American, keep those boots here. Moving on to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, listen. Abortion ban was rejected in South Carolina after GOP women joined a filibuster. And it wasn't in just South Carolina. I also think this happened in Nebraska. 2 red states. Finally, some people in the Republican Party are listening, okay, and understanding that you can't win. You can't win your constituents over by going after their rights. It doesn't work that well, okay? No, do you see where Trump and a lot of the people who support him are currently? They're not winning. They won't win. There won't be a blue wave because they themselves are the ones taking away your rights. And they're making it worse for you. If you don't believe me, just go check out the proposed budget that Kevin McCarthy put forth, okay? It's not looking good for the Republican Party that's out there taking away those rights. And I'm going to ask this question before I move on to my next topic of my fellow Republicans who are not Trump supporters, who don't like what the extreme right is doing. I'm going to ask that you hold your party members accountable. We here on the Democrat side, we're going to continue to do what we do. But silence is violence, okay? It's not enough. It's not enough for the Republicans that don't like Trump, okay, that don't like his rhetoric, to just sit back and zip their mouth and go, they don't represent us. That's not us. No. And then align with them when it's time to talk about President Biden. It's not enough. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. If you truly are a Christian, okay, and you brand yourself, I go to church every Sunday, I give my pastor 10% of my earnings. Every time I get $1, I give it to God. If you are one of those people, enough is enough. Talk to your people and tell them to cut it out. Started to wave this hammer yet, ladies and gentlemen, but this truth is coming out at record speed. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some great news about President Biden. Okay, this is why I say God bless President Joseph Biden. Never before have I seen a president stand up against racism like this guy. They keep wanting to harp on the 1994 crime bill, okay? And I keep telling them, leave it alone, okay? Don't talk to us about stuff that happened 20 plus years ago, especially when people have rehabilitated themselves and done the work on themselves to actually go against the stuff that they may have once been against in the past. You know, this is almost like, if you're familiar with those Bible scriptures, okay? You know Apostle Paul? Yeah, remember Apostle Paul? He had to change his ways. Remember, he was blinded and he saw the light, ladies and gentlemen. And it is clear to Zeus that President Biden sees the light. Biden has established the Office of Environmental Justice. Now, a lot of you don't even know what this is. I didn't know what it was either. And this is what he did today, okay? This is him today, ladies and gentlemen. The United States President, Joseph Biden, has signed an executive order, okay, for the Office of Environmental Justice, OEJ. OEJ, doesn't that have a nice twist to it? You can't mix it up with anything else, okay? Will work with communities affected by pipelines, highways, chemical plants, and waste sites to address centuries of racist policy. Ohio, look at this. Biden is showing you love even after that train wreck, right? You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. You know he's serious about going against racism in this country. Look at what he stands for. It's not just talk. This is policy at work. It marks a major victory for environmental justice advocates, ladies and gentlemen. They don't like it. They don't like it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is why Biden is doing such a great job. Yes, thank you for those gifts. The OEJ directs federal agencies to work closer with communities affected by pipelines, highways, chemical plants, and waste sites to address centuries of racist policies that have imposed disproportionate pollution on blacks, on indigenous, and other people of color. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta admit, this is a step in the right direction. Can I hear you say blue wave? Please put those blue waves in the comment section. This is why I say there's not going to be a red wave, because even when they say Biden, you see Trump yesterday in his speech, Biden doesn't know where he's at. He walks off, and Trump does these silly impersonations. Well, Trump, look at this. Biden's so out of touch, he's so confused that he seems to get it right 99.9% of the time. You know what I gotta say to you, Trump? Get him out of here! Get him out of here! All right, so now I want you all to go look this stuff up. I can't go into detail. I would bore you if I went too deep into these topics, but it's out there. Please go look it up and show some love to President Biden, okay? Because he's going to win next term, definitely, especially if Trump runs again. Now, what do I want to talk about next? Oh, today is Friday, and wait a second, before I leave, I wanted to make sure we all saw this photo of Biden once again showing love to people out there on the campaign trail. Show me a picture of Trump doing this, okay? Please tag me, Trump supporters. Actually, don't just tag. Put it on your profile. Put it on your profile. Tag me so I can see it and do a duet with it. If you can find such a picture. Okay, thank you, Fanny. I appreciate those flowers. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic because they don't like me when I tell the truth. You know what they said? They said Trump loves to complain that President Biden and Obama, they don't do anything when they were president. They love to go golfing, right? Well, I found a picture of Trump golfing. You want to see it before I go on to my next topic? Do you want to see this picture of Trump golfing, ladies and gentlemen? Sammy, this is truth. Cut it out. Okay, this is truth, Sammy. Look at him. Look at him. Order! Sir, cut it out. I don't know where he is going like this. This isn't how you play golf, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get in trouble for that. I know I shouldn't have did that, but it was funny. Okay, it was funny, and I had to show you because, listen, I need somebody to laugh at this stuff with. All right, now let's move on to the next topic. Okay, people behaving badly, okay? I love, one of the favorite things that I like to do on this show is I like to talk about Republicans behaving badly, okay? If there's information out there. But I also like to talk about January 6th okay, in the 2020 election, because that's still considered unsettled business here in the United States of America. So along those lines, we're going to have to talk about this January 6th stuff once again. A January 6th rioter kicked a cop in the groin after breaking into Nancy Pelosi's office. I thought you backed the blue. I thought they backed the blue. Do they really back the blue when they do this kind of stuff? I don't think you back the blue. No. You kick the blue. Yeah, you kick the blue. And if you... I gotta stop. But no, this is not signs of people who support law and order and back the blue. This is the sign of people who I would argue are domestic terrorists. They're domestic terrorists, okay? Yeah, anybody that was there on behalf of Donald J. Trump on that day that went and attacked the Capitol, as far as I am concerned, in this kingdom, you're a domestic terrorist, okay? And this woman, she just got caught. All these years later, she just got caught. Because guess what? Justice matters. Okay, her and her husband, they broke into Nancy Pelosi's office, and they're being accused of kicking a police officer in the groin as she left, according to a complaint federal authorities unsealed yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you let Donald J. Trump use you. You end up in a dangerous place, okay? Jeanette, okay, and Joseph, okay, 49, they were arrested by FBI agents in New Cumberland. Where the heck is that? On Wednesday, and each faced 9 criminal counts in connection with the insurrection. 9 criminal counts? This is what I've been telling a lot of my friends on the right. Your loyalty to Donald J. Trump, it comes at a price. And this is the price. I thought that too. But you know, it could be. You never know. It could be. Okay. Now moving along, because I'm already past my 30-minute monologue. Before I get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, there is one last matter of grave importance that we do need to talk about before Zeus opens up those boxes and we have the next conversation. And I'm going to hear from all of you out there. Let's see. What is the next topic to talk about? Oh, yeah! Jack Smith! Yes, order! We have to talk about Jack Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Now, yesterday, Mike Pence, he had to go to the federal building, okay, and talk to Jack Smith. And this was a major victory. Why was this a major victory? Well, first of all, we know that Mike Pence tried to throw some roadblocks up to stop himself from having to testify. And Jack Smith, like a hot knife cutting through butter, nope, I'm going to get that crime exception going, Mr. Pence, Mr. Former Vice President. And I'm going to pierce that bubble that you and Trump thought you had. And guess what? I'm going to ask that you come to this federal building and talk to us. So, it was a treat yesterday. Breaking news: Mike Pence, he's in the federal building. It was amazing. And from what I've heard, ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure I got this right. Jack Smith was there. Jack Smith was there. He was talking to Vice President Mike Pence, former Vice President. Could you imagine the SUVs they pulled up to the federal building, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is a big package coming in. What's this about? And Jack Smith, in full regalia, He comes out of, Mike Pence goes into the room, sits down, and then like the clouds parting from the sky, sunlight beams down, and then the door opens, and then in walks Jack Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Trump put out a video, and I didn't quite make connections, right? He put out a video yesterday. You know what Trump said about Jack Smith yesterday?
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump. But he's a harasser and an abuser.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. That Jack Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my gosh.
But he's a harasser and an abuser.
Oh, he's a harasser and abuser, Trump.
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater.
Yes, you can call him whatever you want to call him, President Trump, former president. But make no mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, this Jack Smith, yes, objects in the mirror are closer than you think, has gotten closer and closer and closer to indicting Donald J. Trump for his dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds. Trump supporters, I got something for you. It's over. It is over, Trump supporters. You can't do nothing. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you have a president that tries to overturn an election that was won fair and square. This is what happens when you have a vice president who was pressured to help participate in that, but stood up to this president and said, nope, I'm not going to go along with your crimes. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all give the wonderful Jack Smith a special round of applause. Blue wave, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's open up these boxes. I got to get up out of here, but I want to hear from each and every single one of you, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I do this out of the kindness of my heart, okay? I really do. I'm going to get into so much trouble. But guess what? You don't got to worry about getting in trouble when you tell the truth. And I have told no lies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those boxes are open. And it is time for me to hear from each of you, the ones that I can before I get up out of here, okay? Oh, my goodness. What a treat, though. I got to give it to Jack Smith. He plays a mean game of prosecution. He's not just going to go straight for Trump. He's going to get all of the people that are in between Trump and him. He's going to get them out. He's going to strike them all out. So when it's all said and done, you can't say he wasn't being fair. Oh no, this is the fairest form of a prosecution I have seen. It really is. Good morning, Nutty Professor. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's you're starting with the best today, so there's that. So
yes, you must be referring to me, bringing myself forth on the TikTok. You're right.
I will always let you think that, sir.
Okay.
But starting with the OEJ, I don't know if you all recall, the president announced this was going to, he wanted this to happen actually in May of last year before the derailments. The Office of Environmental Justice, and he even announced the person he wanted to lead that. Her name is Cynthia Ferguson, another woman of color. So the fact is that you all want to say Joe Biden is a racist. Joe Biden is a racist. Joe Biden is a racist. You say that and you never come with receipts. Your receipts are the 94 crime bill. Your receipts are he sniffed people's hair. Your receipts are these things that you've gotten from social media, from Fox News, from people who we already know hate Joe Biden and will never come with true facts. But since you mentioned the 94 crime bill, can I put the very last nail in the coffin of the 94
Go
crime
for
bill?
it. Go for it. Let's, on this side of town, Nutty Professor, absent of your off-brand remarks about my Triple H status, this is about bringing the truth out. So go for it.
So the 94 crime bill, all right, it was signed. Now remember, there are 100 senators in the United States Senate, okay? This
Okay.
is one of the only bills of this magnitude that was where all the senators were present and voting.
Right.
All right. That breakdown of that vote was 95 for 5, 95 for, 4 against, and 1 non-vote by the senator from North Dakota.
Mm. Mm.
So let that sink in. 94 senators voted yes for the 94 crime bill,
Oh.
which means an overwhelming that we don't see bipartisanship like that in the United States Senate.
Right. So spill the tea, Nutty Professor. What exactly are you trying to make sure the Trump supporters know about this? Because they're the ones that like to bring up this whole 94 crime bill.
So yes, although Joe Biden was a co-sponsor, everybody looks back today and will admit that that crime bill was trash. Everybody, including the president himself. The president himself has said that that bill was trash. But here's the thing about the beauty about America. All right,
Talk to
we
us.
we pride when people see growth in themselves.
Right.
The growth that Joe Biden has seen over
Amen.
the years. He
Amen.
listen. That's the type of politician I want. A politician to say, you know what? I was wrong. I was
Amen.
dead wrong, and I
Amen.
apologize for being wrong.
Amen, Nutty Professor.
So
Testify. Keep on
when
testifying.
has saying I was wrong, when has that become such a bad thing?
It isn't. Real men apologize.
So, and furthermore, so because I don't want to hear black on black crime, and I don't want to hear all of
No.
this.
They want
I
to
don't
bring
want to.
up black on black crime.
I don't want to
What do
hear
you
this
got for us on that,
because
Nutty?
let me
Please
tell
put
you
it
this:
in.
the '94 crime bill, sir, was overwhelmingly supported by the Congressional Black Caucus. It was overwhelmingly supported by the NAACP. It was overwhelmingly supported by all of these civil rights leaders you're going to bring up, like Al Sharpton, like Jesse Jackson. It was overwhelmingly supported by the black community.
Preach! Set the captive
Now,
free,
now,
Nutty
in
Professor.
theory, had the '94 crime bill been implemented like it was supposed to, we wouldn't have seen the disparity of the numbers of black and brown people in America.
Amen.
But
Amen. Take the Bible.
because of states' rights, because each state they're allowed to interpret the law for their state. It was because of the states that made the '94 crime
Amen.
bill so detrimental to black and brown people. It was the states.
Educate
So
him, Nutty
therefore,
Professor.
what I'm saying is stop bringing up the '94 crime bill. The '94 crime bill is dead and gone. It's been dead and gone for over 30 years. Let it rest in peace.
R.I.P. Order in the kingdom. Now, can you speak on this
So,
black on black crime business that's going on out here in these spaces? What do you got to say about that? Because they
so,
like to use that as a talking point of sorts.
so first of all, crime is crime. Crime is crime.
Facts.
So the crime that is committed in communities with close proximity to. So obviously, yes, you're going to see black folks killing each other because
You
in
mean
proximity
unaliving.
to unaliving. Yes, I'm sorry. Apologize. Just like
Yes.
you're going to see white on white unaliving each other in proximity to. You're going to
So
see
cut it out.
Hispanics. You're going to see Hispanics on Hispanics in proximity to. Or
Yes.
you get what I'm feeding.
Yeah.
In proximity to. It is a misnomer. It is a lie to say black on black crime. That is a racist trope that you're trying to put out there to say that black people are savages. The devil is a lie.
Thank you for clearing that up in the kingdom. I strive to maintain order in the kingdom, and I need people like Nutty to get in the box, Nutty Professor, to get in this box and set the record straight like that. Yeah. Crime
So
is crime.
please put that to rest, because you make yourself sound like the fools that you really are, but I'm trying to be nice. So put that to
D-Line, keep
rest.
it clean.
Stop talking about the 94 crime bill.
It's
Stop saying
over.
black on black crime. So if you want to really criticize the president, go after policies you don't agree with and bring facts about those policies that you would like to see better. Those are the types of debates we want to have. And those would be legitimate debates that, you know what, I will sit at the table with you and say, you know what, I see your point, but here's why I disagree. Let's
Mm.
have that debate.
Let's have
Let's
that
talk
conversation.
policy. Let's
Yeah.
talk policy. And just in case, because I know the Republicans, I know y'all don't know how to spell policy. It's POLICY. 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 Not talking points, policy. What policy do you have that say, I don't like this policy that the president is taking us down to? He's destroying America. Stop with the talking point saying he's destroying America. Bring facts, bring receipts. I want to know policy, because I can tell you the policy that Joe Biden has gotten passed that's helping America. I can tell you that policy, and I can go into details about that policy. Whether you like it or not, I can do it.
Mm. Like I said
You have
earlier,
no policy.
like I said to my friends on the right about this live, it's probably going to be the worst 1.5 hours of your day. But like Trump says,
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
okay?
So with that, sir, with that, sir, I'm gonna get, because I know you got a lot of people waiting.
Yeah,
You have a great day.
you heated the box up pretty well, Nutty Professor. Okay,
But
and
you know what? Listen, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like,
don't
come
be
with the
over
truth.
it. Our work is never done. Okay, we must stand in Trump's way in terms of him trying to get into that White House again. And the only way we can do that is, especially legally, is to continue to remind the American people of all of
There's
the
one more.
dirty, disgusting, filthy things he's done and will do if he's ever in that White House again. So thank you for your message. Okay.
I want to correct you on one thing before I run. I want to correct you on one thing.
Do
Uh,
not
uh,
attack the Triple
no,
H, Nutty Professor. You were
no,
doing
we already
good.
know. We already know the truth. No, hold on. We already know the truth about the Triple H. I don't have to bring that up anymore because we know the truth. So anyway, no. So earlier in your spiel, you said that Donald Trump, if Donald Trump ever gets to that seat again, let me tell you something, brother. You don't have to give a disclaimer like that, because guess what? Donald Trump will never see the inside of the White House again. The White House that Donald Trump is going to see is the White House that he's going to be sitting in when he's behind bars. That's going to be his new White House. He will never see the inside of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., 42944. He will never see that again. Period, point blank, end of discussion. Gen Z is going to make sure of that. And I yield back the balance of my time, sir. Thank you for having me up.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I was on fire today, but ooh wee, Nutty Professor came in and he is on fire.
Fatality.
Wasn't it great to hear such wonderful words of truth, honesty, and freedom? All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I do ask that we keep it around 2 minutes or so before so other people can talk. But I will hear from you. I'm the most respectful, I'm the most humble person on TikTok, and honest. Okay, so let's see. We have a guest here. I don't think I've done business with them. Voice of Reason. Greetings.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. We've never done business before, so you know how this goes, right?
Generally, I should talk like an appropriate adult.
Well, okay, yeah, we keep it clean, but I got some questions to ask you as well.
Sure.
Just so I can kind of get to know where you're at on things. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm. Sounds great.
Okay, and then you can talk about whatever it is you wanted to bring up, because I know there's a lot of exciting stuff that we can talk about. One, in your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
I would not say stolen. So if I have to say yes or no, I would say no, because I would not say stolen, but It's reasonable to have a discussion about mail-in ballots, but I would not say stolen.
Okay. That's I can deal with that. Okay, thank you for your honesty. Next question. In your opinion, who was responsible for the January 6th attack on the Capitol? If you had to say one person was, who would you say it was?
The people who actually did it. It's the only situation I can think of. Like in any other situation, if we think somebody committed a crime, we take it up with that individual. Because there's no possible words in the English language that you can whisper in somebody's ear and force them to go fight a police officer, break a window, do anything like that. The people who actually committed the action are responsible for their behavior.
You do understand the concern that I have with your answer, though, right?
Oh yeah, but by all means.
Okay. So I kind of am starting to get where you land on the side of politics, and there's one last question that I'll ask before we move on to what you're talking about. Do you believe in taking allegiance to the United States Constitution or to a person? Which one?
The Constitution as a country.
Fair enough. I see there's a little work we can do, but all right, I think I know where you stand. And what do you got for us today, my good friend?
Okay, so there's several topics. I'll try and keep it under 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm pointing this out. As a Caucasian male in 47 years, no one's ever told me my demographic equals my vote. I'm being honest. That's never happened.
Okay. Who's telling you that now?
Joe Biden did that when he said, now he apologized, and I do give credit for apologies, but what he said to Charlemagne was morally dead wrong.
What? Oh, you mean Charlemagne the God?
Yeah, when he was like, if you don't vote for me, vote Democrat or vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah.
There's a differentiation. If no one's ever said that to me as a white man, why is it okay to say to other people?
Well, it's a good thing you've asked Zeus this question. And I would say this to you about that. You have friends that are, non-white people of color, correct?
Uh-huh.
You do. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So you know what it means when you actually in the moment with your friends like that, right? It's a different experience when you say than when you're around people who aren't of that complexion.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And you and I both know that when you're in that good of a groove with people, sometimes you can actually joke and talk about things because of the camaraderie that you've developed and built with that individual. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tracking.
Yeah. So from my vantage point, and this is me as a person of color, I know you're not, a person of color like myself, but when I saw that, I said, wow, President Biden has gone on to an urban hip hop show where Charlemagne the God, DJ Angela Yee, okay, DJ Envy, I'm sorry, and Angela Yee, and he's pierced this barrier that exists. It tends to exist. You don't know these people. They're of different ethnicities. How do I get inside of that space with them and really start talking to them and connecting with them? Biden penetrated that, and it showed by his ability to just have casual conversations with them. It was one of those moments. It's a rare moment that really does happen when people have friends that are not of the same ethnicity. When you are friends with people that are not of your ethnicity, you get to sometimes have those. You can joke with each other without them getting offended. What I watched was Charlemagne's response to that, and I don't think Charlemagne walked away going, "Wow, Biden, you are, racist." He didn't say that. He kind of let him know, like, hey, you might not want to say that. But he didn't go as far as to say, I'm offended by you. So that was, to me, evidence that, it wasn't said in a racist and a derogatory way. Now, if Donald J. Trump were to have said that same thing from behind his desk out there in Mar-a-Lago, I would definitely have questions. It's like what they say. It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
10-4. So is it accurate to say your belief is his intent was in the spirit of camaraderie as opposed to the spirit of negativity?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
and I also want to say that doesn't mean it's okay for you to go out and do it. Okay. I'm not saying that, but from my vantage point, I did not sense any kind of animosity in what Biden was saying when he was joking around with Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club channel, on the Breakfast Club radio station. Do you watch that program?
Once in a while.
Okay, well, so you know what they do on the Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard. If you ask me, it's very difficult for Biden and all of his experience in government to come onto a show like that and connect with urban hip hop people like that. Amazing and brilliant. I don't know if Trump could have done such a thing.
Yeah, I can see your point. Donald Trump is not, he's a bit rough around the edges. You know, I guess that's kind of a subjective, but it would be hard for him to come at people with a spirit of camaraderie or friendship when he's, he's kind of a rude person. I mean, I'm just honest. I don't lie for
He
myself.
comes across not just as rude, he comes across like a bigot.
I
You
hear
know,
what you're saying.
huh?
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not, this is what I tell people, if he's not, he's pretty darn close to it. I don't get why he does all the dog whistling he does. I don't get why he went on and promoted this Obama conspiracy thing. No, he knows what he's doing. When he goes out and he gives this speech and he goes, Barack Hussein Obama. You know what he's doing when he does that, right? He just said the other day in his speech, and I get back into office, I'm going to bring back the travel ban. He knows what he's saying when he says those things. And it doesn't seem like he's trying to build that level of camaraderie with these people like President Biden does.
Agree. He's trying to rally people and get people excited. And I think that's really kind of a bigger flaw in the American voting bloc. Why do we vote for people who kiss babies? Isn't that kind of weird? Like, why don't we start talking about policy? So I think...
Yeah, I'll give you that. I wish people would, talk more about the policies, but I still think even if you were to talk about the policies Trump put into place, there's a lot of room for improvement.
Of course. And I'm a center-right conservative. And while I like the TCJA, it was better than worse, but it should have had spending cuts attached. We don't want to spend more money or bring in less money for the federal government and still be spending out the other end. There should be if they're going to cut revenue, they should cut spending.
Well, that's to me, that's the business of the economist. I think that, stuff like this, you have to actually, do a lot of research and understand how the spending and the cuts impact the people that are benefiting from it, right? Especially here in the United States. What I don't like is, when they make these weird comparisons, inflation means this in your paycheck. We're sending support to Ukraine, which means we're taking away money for this. When they start doing that kind of stuff, that's when I say, you know what? I don't really like that style of politics because the United States, as far as I am concerned, we have the ability to do a lot of great things, okay? And it's not contingent upon one person or one policy, if that makes sense.
I agree. There's a lot of things that could be done.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Ukraine, there's a lot of things we could do. I mean, world's most powerful military ever. There's a lot of things we could do, but how does that equal we should do?
Well, we could do it, but what we got going on, especially in the Republican Party, is we have a lot of people going after the rights of Americans, women reproductive rights. They're talking about transgenders and making things harder for them. You heard about what happened out in Montana, right? Will you hold your party accountable?
Well, I actually believe life begins at conception, so I don't see how I can.
It's your belief. You don't want people forcing your belief on you. You don't want me forcing my beliefs on you, correct?
To a degree, but I would say government is a coercive institution. Government exists.
But you're for less government.
Yes, but it has to be contingent upon people making better decisions.
Oh, so no. Now I'm going to have to push back on voice of reason.
Sure.
You have to either if you are for less government and you don't want people putting their beliefs on you, then the right thing for you to do is to basically live by the rules you're creating.
Right. So like an example of what I mean, instead of just being like abstract, I would like to see less police, but you have to have less crime to have less police.
Okay, so then you would like to see more police.
If there's more crime, it would seem to make sense to me to have more police, but
Okay, so You gotta.
Go ahead.
It's this double talking. You have to make a decision. Like I said earlier, are you an American? If so, your boots belong on American soil.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't have it both ways.
Like, how do you see that I'm having it both ways? I'm
Because
saying,
if you're for less government and you don't want people telling you what to do, then you got to live with that. There's pros and cons to that. And you can't just say, I want the pros.
right. What I'm saying is, I would love less government in a lot of ways, right?
But
Like,
you're not for that.
well, all right, just give me a second. I would love less government. The criminal justice system is a perfect example. The best way to make the criminal justice system unnecessary is for people to not break the law.
Well, does that apply to Trump?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So you agree he broke the law?
In the obstruction, yes.
And possibly the other stuff.
Well, collusion's not a crime, so I don't know how
I
you.
mean, that's just I'm not here just talking collusion. We got the E. Jean Carroll thing. We got the Alvin Bragg thing. We got the Jack Smith thing with his involvement with January 6th and those classified documents. There's a lot of crimes when it comes to the former president. And you got those 17 criminal felonies in the state of New York by Letitia James. You got Fonnie Willis out there in Atlanta. You and I agree. It's safe to say he broke the law. Right.
Well, everyone has in some cases, but let's go through some facts. The gentleman, I think earlier, was talking about facts. E. Jean Carroll.
Okay, you gotta be quick now. I gotta open up. I gotta bring up somebody else, and I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's no problem. E. Jean Carroll's story is that Trump and Les Moonves assaulted her in Bergman's department store in Manhattan, which is, it's kind of suspicious. We should tell the New York City Police Department which high-end department store this happens at. I find that hard to believe. As far as destruction of documents, the president has plenary declassification powers. Trump does, Biden does, they all do. Because how can a president go into a negotiation or a meeting if he doesn't have access to the information? Mm-hmm. So I would say,
you're making excuses, right?
No, everything I said was facts. But on the flip side, I'm not just going to give him a carte blanche rank. If he committed obstruction of justice in the Mueller investigation, that is a charge. I mean, obstruction of justice. It's kind of silly for a crime that's not a crime, but he is guilty by the letter of the law.
Okay, well, I think that to me, and then I'm going to have to, bring up our next, and thank you for, coming in and bringing your honest perspective on these issues. I really do appreciate that, and I think the viewers do too. But I think that once the Jack Smith stuff plays out, the Fonnie Willis stuff plays out, the Alvin Bragg stuff plays out, there's going to be a lot of very credible information that's going to probably more than likely confirm that Trump is probably guilty of all of these things, right? So when that does happen, will you be willing to come back on this live and discuss that with us?
Sure. If it's solid information, yes. If he's wrong, he's wrong.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Because I truly do believe he's wrong. I don't think that they would do all of this on speculation. I think that they have to have a very airtight case in order to even get this far. And when you agree that the fact that Mike Pence yesterday had to go talk to Jack Smith, that's pretty alarming.
Oh, yeah. All of it's alarming and unnecessary.
Yeah.
Most of these situations
it's alarming and necessary.
No, I'm saying the action that created it was unnecessary.
Oh, okay. You mean his involvement with what happened on January 6th and those classified documents. Got it. All right, Voice of Reason. It was nice talking with you, but I do got to bring up the next person. All right.
10-4. Have a good day.
All right, and I'm going to have to follow you as well. It was a great conversation.
Will do.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Voice of Reason. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. We got Brother Swervin! Caution, Trump supporters. He's going to be bringing a lot of fire and truth. So you might want to go ahead and swipe out or just, hold your tongue and listen. Swervin, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing just well. Nice to see you once again in the kingdom. All right.
Always a pleasure to be here.
A lot of people are excited to have you back in the box. I see someone saying it's storytelling time, which I translate to mean it's time for another dose of truth. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. So, first thing I wanted to touch on that last guest, I noticed how quickly he pivoted away when he talked about how life begins at conception. And you asked him, you said, "Do you want me forcing my beliefs upon you?" Well, no, I would like less crime or less police, but no, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. That's what we call a pivot. And with the way these people pivot, they should be out there on the court every night with LeBron James. I mean, they be putting up double triples every night with those kind of pivots. But
Great footwork.
I wanted to touch on a couple of things. First of all, the Trident missile.
Oh,
This thing is 44 feet long. It can be launched from 150 feet under the water through a pressurized mechanism that will propel it to the surface on a rocket fuel, basically a saltwater battery.
wow.
And once it breaches the surface, then the jets kick in and take it to its target of origin. And the beautiful thing about that, we don't even need a satellite to launch it. It can all be done from the submarine. And when you have one that close to North Korea or wherever they're going to shoot,
Yeah.
people tend to get in line. And this is the thing I didn't understand about Putin and his rationale for invading Ukraine when he said, we don't want the United States putting nuclear weapons right on our border. I said, dude, we can hit you with one from Nebraska. Are you really kidding me right now? And people just ate that. People just ate that stuff up. They were like, "Yeah, the U.S. shouldn't be doing that. The U.S. was never doing that." And then, I don't want NATO on my borders. You got Poland right there that's been on your border for a few decades now.
Yeah.
So every rationale that they came up with for trying to defend Putin's invasion of Ukraine, it fell completely short and flat. Completely
short and flat. Yeah. And it's backfiring on Putin because he thought NATO was going to get smaller, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now NATO's getting larger.
And people want to talk about the Budapest Memorandum.
Oh my!
And they will say, well, Barack Obama broke it when he didn't go to Ukraine's defense when he took over Crimea, right? Putin broke it long before then, when he started invading other smaller countries around him that were used to be part of the USSR, and that's what everybody seems to forget. When we pulled out of oh crap, I can't remember the name of the country now. Never mind, I'll come back to it once it hits me again. I got a lot going on this morning, so I'm kind of.
Oh, it's all good. Just keep on bringing that truth.
The other thing I wanted to touch on, we talked yesterday morning about how significant it was for Mike Pence to go and testify.
That's right, Mike Pence.
Now look at how even more significant it is when he had to talk to that man for 5 hours. What did you have to say for 5 hours?
How's your day? The weather's looking quite nice out here in DC, perhaps. I don't have any evidence about what Trump did. I'm just here for the camera. Is that all he talked about, you think?
I think it was a little bit more than that. I mean, it had to have been, how's your day? Oh, so far, so good. Good, great. How's your mama? Oh, mom's good. Oh, great. Listen, what can you tell us about this conspiracy theory for fake electors to be put up by the Donald Trump administration? Oh, well, I think we should probably get back to the weather. No. No. We're not gonna do no pivots here, LeBron.
Oh, no pivoting.
Keep it straight.
Do you think Jack Smith asked Pence about this statement?
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump. But he's a harasser and an abuser.
No, you got to remember, Jack Smith is above all that garbage.
He's a
Jack Smith,
harasser and an abuser.
I guarantee you, Jack Smith asked Pence, did he really call you a wimp that morning?
Oh,
And Mike Pence probably said, yeah. He goes, did you feel like a wimp? Well, not when I was running for my life after they built the gallows on the front lawn of the Capitol building while they were running through the building yelling, hang Mike Pence.
Ooh.
I didn't feel like a wimp. I felt like a track star.
Oh
So
my gosh! I think Mike Pence went in there and he spilled the beans. There's no need to be loyal to Trump at this point. If all the hurdles Jack Smith had to go through to get Mike Pence in there, I'm very confident that Jack Smith and Mike Pence talked about all crimes that Donald Trump committed leading up to January 6th. And I could bet you your bottom dollar that Nancy Pelosi and Ray Epps didn't come up.
well, that's another thing too. When Ray Epps, it's funny to me how they keep bringing up Ray Epps. Ray Epps antagonized this. Really? Ray Epps, I don't think he crossed the outer police barrier. If he did, that was as far as he ever got. You mean to tell me this man with no megaphone influenced thousands of people on different sides of the Capitol to kick in windows and doors and bust in there? This one man did that. No. You know who did?
Who?
It was Donald Trump with a tweet when he said Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what he was supposed to. And the next thing you know, hang Mike Pence chants started ringing throughout the halls of the Capitol. Ray Epps didn't have nothing to do with that.
Shame.
And this is how foolish they are. They sit there and believe that this one man who was on one side of the Capitol antagonized them. They sit there and believed that BLM and Antifa were the ones who had, like BLM, went and spent money on a bunch of Donald Trump merchandise, just to, all white people, by the way, who just to make him look bad by storming the Capitol. And then saying, well, you know, I'm gonna make sure we pardon all of them. We love you. Well, wait a minute. If it's BLM and Antifa, why are you talking about pardoning them? Why are you talking about
Yeah.
go home and we love you?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
None of their logic.
They know
makes
this
sense.
stuff doesn't make sense, Swerve, and they know it. We always seem to catch them with their hands in the cookie jar. Moderate
None of
Democrats,
this,
greetings.
Zeus. None of this stuff that they come up with ever makes any kind of sense.
No.
It doesn't amount to any kind of logic. It's not a flex that they think it is.
No.
Nothing that they think is a flex has ever been a flex. It's like when they run into our lives and they go, I'm not taking that jab. I'm a pure blood. Yeah, you should probably go look up the definition of that word
What
and
does it
realize you
mean?
just confessed to the world that
What
you
what
are a
is what does
product
a
of
pure blood
incestuous
mean?
behavior.
What is pure blood, Brother Swervin, for those that don't know?
Well, pure blood, if you go back to the days of the start of the monarchies in the UK and even in Greek times, pure blood meant that, you know, the son would have intercourse with another family member to make sure that the bloodline stayed pure.
Nasty.
That's what they did.
Nasty.
That's pretty much what they mean.
Can't do it.
So when they say they're pure blood, I'm just like, you just confessed to the world that you are a product of an incestuous relationship. Was it your aunt, uncle, two cousins? Like, who's your parents? You know,
Yeah, moderate Democrat. Thank you.
and that's what cracks me up all the time, man. It just everything that they think is a flex is not the flex that
It's
they think
not
it is.
flex.
And all I'm saying is, you know, Jack Smith is out there. He's circling like a shark, and I think he smells blood at this point after talking to Mike Pence.
Yep, and I agree. It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, before the FBI starts knocking on Donald Trump's door and telling him, "Bring it in. It's over. Your hopes of being in that White House are over because we're going to have to talk to you about all these crimes you've committed. It's over."
At this point, wouldn't it be safe to call Jack Smith Jaws?
I'm going to have to find the Jaws music. Yes, you're right.
I
Don't
wanted
go
to,
swimming in the water.
yeah, especially when you know Donald Trump is out there shedding spray tan. But
Oh my goodness, ladies
last
and gentlemen.
last
Get
thing I
rid of
wanted
your
to bring
Trump
up.
gear right now. It's over.
last thing I wanted to bring up is what Nutty was talking about, the 94 crime bill. He was
Okay.
110% correct in what he said.
Mm.
They act like that Joe Biden wrote this bill, walked over to Bill Clinton's desk, slapped him in the face with it, and was like, sign this. Okay, it had overwhelming majority support in the Senate before Joe Biden did co-sponsor it.
Oh.
But before they did, they talked with not only Al Sharpton, Reverend Jesse Jackson, John
Mm.
Lewis. They caucused with the black congressional delegates, as well as the senatorial black delegates.
Yeah.
They talked to everybody they could. What they could not anticipate was how it was going to be perceived and handled by the states. People need to realize, move, Mace, go. People need to realize that within that bill, it also held the assault weapons ban and the Violence Against Women's Act,
Oh.
which Republicans all let it just sunset. They never, in 2004, when it came up
Right.
for debate and revoting, they were just like, nah, we're not going to worry about it. And in the immortal words of Nutty Professor, the devil is a lie.
The devil is alive.
And having said all that, I, sir, will yield back the balance of my time. You keep holding it down up there on Mount Olympus,
I shall. I
and
will.
I'm going to keep holding it down here in my fortress of solid truth.
Fortress of solid truth. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Fatality.
Swervin brought it once again. All right. Now we
You have a
are
good
going.
one.
You
You
have
have
a
a
good
good
one
one,
too,
Zeus.
champion. Are you going live today? Oh, he dropped already. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have the truth coming out in abundance today. It's a Friday. Happy Friday to all of you. Oh, we have more. We have more people that want to come up and actually check in with Zeus, and we're going to make sure we hear from them. All right. Good morning, Shay.
Good
Nice
morning,
to
my friend. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
I'm doing just well. How about you?
I'm doing good. I mean, how could we not be doing good?
Right.
I see so much just finally coming, to fruition. That's
Yeah.
finally happening.
Yeah.
Fox News is finally going down. Donald Trump is finally going to be held accountable. I mean, it's like, come on, right? It's like,
Mr. Biden. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is an exciting part of the show. Shay is coming up here, and she's going to tell the truth. And make sure you all get your daily doses. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I know it's hard for them. It is. I know. And you see stuff in the chat and it's just so funny. Oh, Biden's going to be impeached for what?
Oh,
I
really?
mean, come on. Comer's even come out and said clearly there's really nothing that they can find to hold him accountable for.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. They're
Biden hasn't broken
investigating
the law.
and found, yeah, he hasn't broken any
Good
laws.
morning.
It's so funny that you guys supposedly there's all this stuff, the Biden crime family, but no, there's no evidence of it
None.
anywhere. And you guys fall for all of it. The Ashley Biden diary. I mean, even Project Veritas,
Wow.
who was
Tell him, Jay.
supposedly given this diary, right? Supposedly it was lifted and stolen from a place she spent the night at a friend's house or something. And Project Veritas even said we've never verified whether it was Ashley Biden's diary. That's never been verified.
Oh my God! It wasn't even her diary.
It wasn't even her diary. And there's no
Oh my
proof that it
God.
was. And
Wow.
yeah, Project Veritas had to answer under oath about this. But this is what I'm saying. Like, they believe everything they're saying and they won't do anything to investigate. Nothing. It's like, go do your
Dang.
research. Like, it's all lies and propaganda. And did you notice the difference between Trump's campaign video versus Biden's campaign video?
There were several differences, but are there
Oh,
ones you would like to, make sure we are all on the same page about?
well, it's just like Trump's inaugural speech. It was so full of doom and gloom, right? The world is falling apart.
That's what they
This is
preach.
evil is happening. Everybody's gonna die. Your children are gonna be taken. I mean,
Yeah.
it's this litany of just be afraid, be afraid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
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 I
send Trump
alone
your
can fix
money.
it. Yeah.
and send Trump your money because he can protect you, right? It's that combination.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I alone, I Trump. And that's the other thing, just like your little clip that you're playing about Jack Smith. He goes, he hates Trump. He hates Trump. Why
Yeah.
doesn't he say he hates me?
Yeah.
Why does he talk about himself in third person? It's
Why
so
does he
weird.
do it?
It's so weird. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah,
He's a
I
Trump
do
hater.
notice. And I think he's doing it because he knows how to get the money from his supporters. It's not me they're after. They're
There we
after
go.
you.
That's
I'm just
exactly.
standing in the way.
So my question to Janae, who's under Lenz's 1776 account in here, is:
Oh.
are you not an individual person? Like, why is it that y'all don't get that he's like, it's all of us. They're after us, not just me. You know, and the way he speaks, it's like, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I want to say this: did you notice that Biden's approval rating is now at 51%?
What?
Due to the Rasmussen poll, which is a right-leaning poll.
Yes! I knew it would
Yes.
get back there. It's easy to do when you're doing your job.
Which is higher than Trump ever achieved. So
Oh, low unemployment, lower than Trump, even for blacks. And you're telling me his approval rating is higher than Trump's has ever been? Shay, you are bringing so much good news today.
I know, it's a good day, Zeus.
It's a very
good day. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And yeah, I think Mike Pence, Trump, they tried to get an emergency stop on Mike Pence appeal, getting the appeal or getting testifying and stuff like that. That was denied, and Jack Smith got him in that next morning. Like,
ain't no time, ain't no time.
Boom, ain't no
Smith
time.
wants that behind. Yeah.
Ain't no time. 6 hours, 7 hours. Didn't plead the fifth.
Nope.
Yep. Made a deal. I just won't talk about the day of, but I'll talk about everything leading up to that day. And there you go.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Jack Smith. Thank you, Mike Pence, for once again standing up to Trump. What you did on January 6th, Mike Pence, as much as I do not like what you stand for, I will have to give it to you.
Yeah.
Without you doing that.
He's a true patriot.
He's a true patriot.
He's a true patriot. Yep. 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 And the poor guy would never stand a chance holding office again, but that's how sick their base is,
You know what? It's okay, Mike Pence. You don't need to be in the office. Your work is needed out here in the field. We need you for field work. We don't need you in the executive branch any longer because, we understand the stakes that are at risk. What's at risk right now.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. And listen, he tried to walk that line, which is not easy to do, where he didn't want to act like he was like antsy to testify and take Trump down because he does want a political future. So he can't, he's trying to walk that line, but it got to a point where he has to do the right thing as well. So,
He has to do the right thing. Yeah. Okay. Because justice is what this country is built on, okay?
That's right.
And we do believe in law and order. If you do not like these lovely United States of America, do what your leader told you to do.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
All right.
That's right. If you're not happy here, you can leave. Yeah, I know, because that's what they say to us all the time. And that's just what's so funny. It's like, listen, as Americans, we should be able to, that is our right, it's in the First Amendment. A lot of people don't know it's one of the 4 things in the First Amendment. It's our right to protest. It's our right to say we're not happy about this.
Yeah.
So, but you shouldn't attack a Capitol. We'll just put it that way.
No, you should not attack the Capitol. You should not be standing up for Russia.
Yes.
They're standing up for Russia. They're standing up for China. They're standing up for Kim Jong-un in North Korea with their American boots. You look silly doing that. You're wearing American boots and you're standing for other countries. Shame!
Oh my God, it's so true.
Attacking the Capitol.
It's so true, right?
DJ Rebel, you know what I'm saying is true. DJ Rebel, I see you out there. You know you're not on the right side. You're putting on you're lacing up your combat boots here in the United States, and you should be going to war against these other countries. But you take it to Washington, D.C., okay, on January 6th, and you're attacking the Capitol. Make that make sense. Come on, that's treason. That has to be treason, isn't it? Isn't it, Shay?
Absolutely, it is. It absolutely is. Oh, I love it. Oh,
Do
these
not
guys.
continue to be vassals of transgression in this kingdom, okay? That is blasphemy, and it'll get you charged with treason.
100%, my friend. All right, well, I'll let you back at it. I know you got more people in the queue. I
Yes.
appreciate it, but it's a
No,
good day.
today's a good day. I
Woo-hoo.
woke up happy because
Me
Mike
too.
Pence talked to Jack Smith, and I think the rest of you should too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Shay.
Bye, Jermaine. Bye. Bye, Zeus. Love you, man.
Later.
Fatality.
She just do an amazing job bringing the truth out there. Like I said to my friends on the right, I know today, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and remind the Trump supporters, with all this truth, there's no more Donald J. Trump. There's no more red wave. You know what I got for the red wave? Bye-bye. Get him, Jack. It's over. It's over. We know what you're up to out there, Trump supporters, the MAGA crowd. We know what you're up to, and we got the receipts. Gen Z has the receipts too. The only way out now is just to come clean. Come clean, abandon those conspiracies, abandon all that misinformation. Okay? Biden is not a criminal. Hunter Biden isn't a criminal, and if he is, he's going to go through the same process that Donald Trump is going through at the end of the day, because we believe in law and order here, okay? And you have to look at the evidence, okay? You can't go off of speculation. And speculation that you're bringing, I'm going to be very honest with you, it's not credible, okay? You got this guy, Jack Texera, whatever, this 20-something-year-old airman that was releasing United States secrets on a Discord. The one that Marjorie Taylor Greene is out here parading around and saying he's a good person. You know what Marjorie Taylor Greene said, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I'm talking about. The nonsense. This is what she said. He's a white male Christian. Anti-war. That makes him an enemy of the Biden regime. And he told the truth about troops being on the ground in Ukraine and a lot more. Ask yourself, who's the real enemy? A young low-level National Guardsman or an administration that's waging war in Ukraine, a non-NATO nation, against nuclear Russia without war powers? I got news for you. The enemy here is Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has no clue what the heck she is saying. And if she does know what she's saying, that makes it even worse. If you're lacing up those American boots, then they belong in America. They don't belong in Russia. They don't belong in China. They don't belong in North Korea. Those are American boots, and you need to stand with America. For Christ's sakes, I shouldn't have to tell you folks this. I really shouldn't have to. They don't like me because I tell the truth, but guess what? Someone has to be realer than you, okay? Now let's see who else wants to come into the box and have this conversation with us today, because there's a lot going on in the kingdom. We got a lot of people, okay? But we gotta try to be brief, ladies and gentlemen, because Zeus does have to run. Yeah, you can say what you want to say, but if you are in the United States and you are a citizen, you should be supporting the United States, period. Blacklight, greetings.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing this morning?
I have sort of changed my mind on my political stance. And let me explain to you why. I really do respect the Republican Party, because I've been watching and listening to Fox News and other channels, and I realize that if you have no policies whatsoever, and you're able to get your supporters to send you money without making policy, all you got to do is say no to everything, or find an enemy to have them to dislike. and you ride on that, and you get people to send you money. Here's another thing: Trump is a billionaire, and he's got people who makes less than $20,000 a year sending him money. That is an amazing business plan. Think about it. You got them sending you money, and you're a billionaire, and it's just crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna make this short. And I watched 300 Mules, or whatever they call it, the other night.
2,000 Mules.
Yeah, 2,000 Mules. And I was looking at it, and I was like, how do they know those ballots are for Biden? And in my personal opinion, I really think that Trump didn't get 70,000. What he thought is all he needed was 70,000 to win the election. But when Biden got 82,000 or whatever it is, then that's when he started calling for voter fraud. Because to me, it's like they don't know who those ballots were for when they was dumping them. They have no idea. So it could have been for Biden or either Trump. Let's be honest. We don't know.
Well, they could have been. They could have been, but like many have said, there was no widespread evidence of voter fraud that would have overturned the results of the 2020 election. It's either you trust the United States government or you don't.
No. What I'm doing, I'm making satire over it because I'm trying to.
I'm helping you.
Get them to see that those could have been for Trump just as well as they could have been for Biden at the time.
Yeah, I'm using satire too. Let's go.
Now, I have a question. How old are you, Zeus?
I am 39 years old, Black Light.
So you were born in 1990, what?
No 90s. I'm an 80s baby. Come on now, Black Light.
Nah, really? Okay. Anyway, I'm talking about the crime bill. I'm talking about the crime bill that happened. A lot of people never lived through the reason
how old are you, Black Light?
I'm 60.
Oh, okay.
I was born 1962.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, I was born before Kennedy was assassinated, before Malcolm X was assassinated, before Martin Luther King was. As a matter of fact, I think I was 5.
Yeah. Well, I don't, keep it clean now. I don't like using those kind of words.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Before they was unalived, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I was there for the Watergate, for the Clinton scandal, all that. I remember. So I lost my train of thought here. That's what happened when you get old. No, that's what happened when you get old. You lose your train of thought. But anyway,
Black Light, cut it out.
Well, basically, I lived through what happened. The reason that the crime bill happened was because the crime had got so high. The drug dealers were taking over neighborhoods, and I've said this before. A lot of Black people was asking the government to do something. So, yeah, I admit the crime bill was taken too far, but we needed it at the time to stop the crime and the rampant drug use and the crime that came behind the use of drugs. And we was asking the government, because, I left to go into the Navy in 1981. And my neighborhood was nice. It was a relatively low middle class Black neighborhood. When I came back, it was blight. It was like houses after houses. Crack users had taken over the neighborhoods.
It was nasty. Let's just keep it clean. And this was a policy response to the environment at that time. I completely get it. I do know that a lot of the laws on the books, you got to keep in mind the times that they were written in. Okay, it's like computer software, right? It was great when it was created, but if you compare it to what's happening now, it's outdated.
Yeah, I agree. And that's all I wanted to say. I like to keep it under 2 minutes, like you said.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna get off, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, have a great Friday.
No, there's one more thing I want to bring up. The Texans, I want to talk to Shay about the Texans draft last night. We got everything we wanted. I think the Texans are going to make the playoffs this year. I hate to change the subject, but because Shay from Houston and I'm from Houston, and I just wanted to let her know that she watched the draft. And that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Shay, you and Eric talk about that. And yes, good luck to that. Ladies and
thank you,
gentlemen,
sir.
Black Light.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you each and every single time. All right. Now we're going to move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We got a few more people. We got a few more people that we need to hear from before we get up out of here. All right. Let's go. Oh, my. Angela, the beautiful Angela. Let's go. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to keep it real short, okay?
Okay.
Super short. So I wanted to talk about Trump being in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh,
Okay.
yesterday. Yes, I
Yeah.
saw things about
Yes. You know what, Zeus? That's not far from my house.
Oh,
So I had to get, it was really felt very icky around here. But I
right.
just wanted to bring up something he said yet again. He talked about his friendship with dictator Kim Jong-un.
Boo!
Again, he's bragging about it. We all remember the love letters.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he's still bragging about that.
Gina.
He brought it up again.
I
Just,
saw it.
it's very disgusting to me. And one last thing is a little bit dark, but I don't care. The E. Jean Carroll case that's going on, all of the people on the right are talking about that she's lying. You know, she doesn't remember the season or the year, or why didn't she scream, and all of these things. When you
Right.
go through a trauma like that, you
Yes.
don't remember all of the details.
Yeah.
And I am tired of listening to, oh, she is lying because she doesn't even remember the season and she didn't scream. Well, you don't know what you're going to do when you are in that situation. So we need to stop painting her out to be this liar just because she doesn't remember what season it was. That is shameful. Now that is
Shame!
truly, truly shameful. And I just
Shame!
wanted to bring that up very quickly. It's a hard topic, but we need to talk about that. Not right now, but
Exactly.
we need to talk about
Shame
that. And
on
we need
you.
to stop accusing her of being a darn liar just because she doesn't remember every detail of a trauma that she probably has blocked out as much as possible. And that's all I would like to say this morning.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angela, for
And
bringing that front and center to the
we don't want to overlook what that man most likely did.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you, Angela. I appreciate that honesty. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Spoken like a true warrior. Ah! Thank you,
all
Heaven.
right. Happy Friday.
All right, happy Friday to
You
you.
take care.
All right, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. Your loyalty, your allegiance should be to the United States of America, okay? You should not be out here having your allegiance to Donald J. Trump to the point where now you have to be out here in the open and say, yes, I am a Trump supporter and I openly endorse the guy who is now being charged with several crimes, including SA. Come on, folks, cut it out. Cut it out. Enough is enough. We see right through you. Gen Z sees right through you, and so does Jack Smith.
But he's a harasser and an abuser.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely harassing you, Donald Trump, because guess what? That's what you're supposed to do to criminals. You got to harass them a little bit and abuse them a little bit.
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater.
Yes! I love that sound. Listen, Trump, you give me some amazing sound bites. I must give it to you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I do got to get up out of here. I really do. Because Zeus has other things he must do. So it was nice checking in with all of you. I didn't realize I went too far past the hour, but it is what it is. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I may do the closet of truth later, I may not, but until next time, make sure you stay safe out there and tell the truth, okay? Because the truth will set you free. I am out of here, all right? Oh, before we go though, we got to play everyone's favorite song.
Truth always, most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my move when I'm moving like Zeus. I cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Thank you.
In the sky like you look like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm flyer than the eagle. I got red on me too. Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new. If you living like a bum, get away from me. Oh my God, money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Mix all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your boots. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth.
Thank you.
On the God, but you such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to like refuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose.
Sorry, I didn't get to all of you.
I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. So be playing with my move when I'm moving like Zeus. You make you cool till I pull up like Zeus. Running in the sky like you look like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus.
I really am.
Hades and
Yes, vote blue.
You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you guarantee to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool.
Have a great day.
Don't be in the pool, even though I'm hot. People telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Playing hating on the gods, but you such a douche. Try to be patient.
Yes, blue wave.
Catching
Put
all
those
snakes
blue waves in
like
the
a
comment
mongoose.
section.
These ladies love me, yeah. I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus.
Have a great day, yes.
Thinking that you're cool till
It
I
really
pull
is
up like
hammer
Zeus.
time.
Thunder in the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus.
You know about me, ladies and gentlemen.
You're wild, Zeus.
I really do.
I'm the goddess of God, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing down the roof.
Yes, I am. Yes. Sound mind on the beat, kicking hard like Bruce. Lawrence Reed on the beat. Back on the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I can dance and box in the jungle like a kangaroo.
Don't get caught flipping the
Let's go!
On the beat like Zeus. RMC on the beat. Yeah, you heard about me. I see.
Have a great,
I see.
have a great rest of your day. I will see you all.
It's me.
Possibly.
It's Zeus.
No red wave.
God of sky and thunder. My child ladies. My charm will wake you up.
That's right. That's right.
If you stand up.
It's all good, Greg.
If you come on the bed.
Just got to say a little bit before we get up out of here. Today's the day the Warriors play their game. Shout out to the Warriors. Good luck to that team out in LA. I don't want to mention them because you and I know where I'm going to relax though because it's 4 NBA teams from California that are in the playoffs. And until next time, stay safe and stay out of those lives of misinformation.